500 years have passed since the favored few have defeated Lord Tremor, rid the world of the Fifth, and stopped whatever apocalyptic event was going on or what he was trying to bring about. Thanks to the efforts of some of the Rome organization members who got stuck here following the event, the world has advanced at a much more rapid pace than it would normally, as arcane technologies and more advanced versions of travel and electricity have come into being. Zythan, the once wild continent, has been cleansed, at least to the best of the Sanguine Dawn's ability, the combination of the forces between the Sanguine Empire and the Daywalkers, who managed to make it a hospitable land, able to be. What's the word? My brain, man. I was on a roll. I was on a roll, and then I lost it.
Habitable.
Colonized, thank you. Sorry, I was on a roll and then I just lost it. It's great.
Yeah.
So, we pick up in the city of Trezek, where we begin our story. A city that has more or less tried to stick to the spirit and ways of combat, favoring the sword and board aspect more than the newer arcane technologies or firearms that have come about. So much so that they have designed their own arena where people can come to test their mettle, and whether it be against themselves or against some of the beasts that are captured, still somewhat active on the continent. Specifically,
Question.
yes.
How do they test combat against themselves?
You can. I can. It's fine. No, it's fine. I can explain it. So, if I did say it in a weird way, and I apologize, but basically, it's almost like they have they have a bi-yearly event, which I was gonna get into. But we can get into it right now. They have a bi-yearly event where they essentially capture creatures, and they ask people to come and compete, defeating these creatures, or in some cases, even going into combat against other parties to compete for mostly gold and on occasion magic items. However, that is not to say that is only a bi-yearly event. The arena is essentially run every day, and anyone who wants to come to either have a place to spar or there's grudges that need to be settled, they allow people to come in. Fights are never to the death, unless you're fighting a beast. If you're fighting a creature that has been tamed, or if you're fighting a creature that has been tamed within the arena for the bi-yearly event, then the fights are to the death. If it is a fight between parties or a fight between individuals, it basically just goes until the first person drops. Anyway, back into it. We find ourselves at the Moonside Inn. A rather lush establishment compared to the more rustic feel of the town of Trezek, where inside we see a number of people, many of them travelers from other cities just making their way through, some residents of Trezek that have lived here their entire life. As we kind of make our way amongst the meandering crowd, we hear the sound of music just gently strumming on a stage in the corner, where around it you can see that there are a number of other performers that are kind of sat waiting for their opportunity to go onto the stage. Specifically, we see two individuals. A strange-looking individual adorned in odd garments and mismatches of clothing, and next to him, a very quiet, beautiful young woman, just slowly kind of nodding her head along to the music. And about maybe 5 or 6 tables down, we see another very oddly dressed individual. A small bird in what it was. It was blue robes, yes?
Yes.
And a set of blue robes with a set of goggles affixed to the face, and a very wide-brimmed hat. And sitting with them is a blue tiefling, who is seemingly taking up a lot of the air in the room. More so just by his presence. Next to him, a Sushep, if you'd like to describe your character. And I'll let everyone describe their characters here in just a moment. As we kind of finish this over arc.
There's a...
Go.
You see a fairly young woman, half-elven, in brown and grey traveling clothing. She has a couple of holy symbols visible on her at the belt, and a backpack. And she seems to be mostly just sort of listening in and enjoying what her companions have to say.
And as for you two, Sean and Dustin, I'm going to ask you guys where you would like to be in this area. What would you two like to be up to in this area?
How long have I been in town at this point?
It's been you came in the night before, so you guys are coming awake. You guys have just come awake in the town here.
I'd probably be just sort of lingering around the outskirts of it, seeing, does it look like this is sort of like a pop-up festival, or is this just like a street musician and some people gathered around him?
So you guys are currently residing within the inn, and you would have been informed that their bi-yearly event is coming up in the next few days, and they do have travelers coming in from different parts to come watch the event.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably just be at a table along the side, drinking a drink and sort of watching what's going on.
All right. And Sean, where would you like to be in all this? All right. He's in 1 second. It's all right. We can come back to you if you'd prefer. All right. Let's go ahead and do that. So, let's go ahead and take this moment then. Just have everyone describe their characters. Let's start with the two people I introduced first, but we're going to start with Jordan. So, Jordan, if you'd like to describe your character.
Oh, I certainly will. Thank you. The woman in particular, if I can go ahead and bring up her picture for me, I do apologize. She sits there, as was expected, just calmly in her, basically her own little world. Her hair is dark with a gray streak coming across the way. There are moments where her eyes do open, and you see a yellow iris amongst them. The clothing she has seems rather flowy, rather graceful in a way of saying. The only thing that seems a little off is the pack that she's wearing, which seems worn, ragged in some degree. And to the keen eye, the individuals that may catch an eye, what she's wearing, specifically an amulet, which appears to be a beaten up piece of gold. For at least the distance where they're looking at, anyway.
All right. And then, Chris, if you'd like to describe your character.
I want my picture to load. My picture's not loading quick enough.
We'll hold up on Chris then.
I wanted to save this till the last minute.
You want to go to last? We'll save you till last then. I'll be nice and honor your wishes. Luke, if you'd like to describe your character.
Pretty bird. Oh. Big, visible. Oh, flowy. Hello.
Kenku's, man. No, if you'd go ahead.
He is a very short, crow-like humanoid with a long beak, wearing goggles and a hat that's way too big for him. He's dressed in all blue except for his vest, which is silver with some pearl buttons down the side, or down the front. And he's holding a driftwood staff that seems to be almost a foot taller than him. And the stone atop it is a large spherical lapis lazuli, which also is the pin for his cravat.
Very nice. Nice. David, if you'd like to describe your character.
Okay, keep it short and simple. Me, tiefling. Me, blue. Me have armor. You wear earrings.
All right, monkey.
Yeah.
All right. Since Chris wanted to go last, Dustin, if you'd like to just generally describe your character.
Yeah, so he's an elf, pretty slender, fairly tall, not nobly dressed, but not dressed as a commoner either. Corduroy slacks, a nice tweed vest, and a road-worn bowler cap on top of his head.
All right. Fantastic. Sean, have we sorted things out?
Got like 5 seconds.
All right, 5 seconds. Chris? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
The picture's not loading. Do I sound fine?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how my internet was interfering with my mic.
It says like that your bandwidth is like low.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Your image
love
has like 4
Well,
pixels.
the green behemoth is gone now, so
All right, Chris,
I can-
we'll, give
I can
we'll give
speak.
you a little more time. Go ahead, Sean.
yeah, I'm ready.
No,
I'm ready now.
I
Who's going first?
I'm gonna take charge. All right, I'm a slight half elf. I'm sitting next to Badger.
Mhm.
Guy, that's who I came in with.
Mhm.
I'm just nursing a cup of ale,
Mhm.
just sitting there. Dark brown hair, dirty traveling clothes, just nondescript, casual in the sitting,
Mhm.
trying to look as inconspicuous as possible.
Okay. Alrighty. Chris, you good now?
No, I mean it's loading. It'll get there eventually, but I can still describe myself. I just wanted picture accompaniment.
Well, to be
I
fair,
was gonna say
we're on
want-
RP. We're on RP mode, so I'm not showing the battle map or anything. So
Battle map.
That's fair.
Is that the one we've been
Um,
drawing all over?
probably.
Yeah, dude. I am a 7 foot something humanoid figure. Not really possible to tell what, although it's assumed tiefling or dragonborn, just because there is a large sunburnt skin colored tail coming out of my backside. I'm wearing a plain white mask in the shape of a drama theater smile, the mouth hole and eye holes of which are completely blacked out, almost in a void-like manner. I'm wearing a blue coat, the left furls on the bottom of which come down into sort of a curved point. There are no right pearls, blah, blah, blah. I'm wearing a backpack, a sort of green flag adorning my right arm, my left arm, with sort of a painted on band beneath it. I'm wearing very thick leather gloves that almost look like bird keeper's gloves. I have a gray skirt, a pouch around my waist, checkerboard harlequin pants. There's a strap going along the front of my backpack that has 6 socks stapled to it. And I'm currently practicing what looks to be like a large guitar. None of my clothes fit. They all fit loosely and constrained at the same time. And I'm sure that everyone at least looked at me and had to do at least 1 or 2 double takes. Just going, what?
And on that note, let me go ahead and move everyone's token to be visible.
I have a new token, by the way, but it's not too big of an issue. And on that note...
Uh-oh.
It's secret time.
Oh, it's time for Chris to leave. I see.
I see.
Well,
He's off to
campaign-
work now.
Yep. Session
No,
over.
I'm not.
What?
Token land.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Yeah! There it is.
What happened?
Look at Chris's camera.
Oh,
I got the little
man.
dangly bit out this side. That's fucking ass.
Well,
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. There we
So,
go.
Chris, is your spoon too big?
Sure. I don't
So,
get the
Chris, when's the
reference.
next Five
Well, how do you
Nights
not-
at Freddy's? Fucking puppet head ass.
Shit's canceled.
You want me
Sorry,
to get up
Gordon.
and Fortnite dance? Because I will.
My spoon is too big.
So,
Uh,
as all of you kind of meander around, mostly unaware of each other, except for all of you have more or less taken notice of the odd creature that had found its way into the inn, as have pretty much everyone else in the inn, who is trying not to stare, but really can't help but do so.
Are they talking about Squeeps or are they talking about Chris's character?
Chris's character.
oh, who could have guessed?
It was one of those moments where like you three walked in and they saw Squeeps and they were like, oh, that's odd, and then they just watched as this bigger, more odd looking creature walked in. We're just like,
That guy like 7 feet tall or something. Like I thought I was tall. I'm like in the good 6 feet range. That guy, now that guy's tall. That guy's really tall.
Big.
Yeah, he's
What?
big.
But as you guys are sitting, a couple of the attendants to the inn will approach you. Each of them having a tray of small pies about the size of your palm coming through, and they'll approach you all and will offer each of you one as they come through. And as they approach your tables, they'll say, "Would you like one? Makes especially for the event." And then
I'm going to try and make a grab for all of them.
I'm gonna try karate chop his hand when he's trying to take more than one. It's like, no.
I'll let
Teaching you manners, bud, man.
So each of you, Belmondo will take one, or sorry, David, you'll take one. Sushif will take one, and as you reach for Betty, Luke, I keep saying your character names. I'm so sorry. David will come over and karate chop your arm, and this will basically continue through the whole thing.
One.
But
You
before
take
they leave
one.
your table, they'll say, "Are you three going to be competitors?"
Squeeps?
Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed you were all in town for the events.
No, not at all. Can you please explain it to us?
Oh, of course. Well, our city holds a biannual competition, and for the record, I'm gonna do this as one description because this is gonna be the description each of you are going to receive as they approach you. They'll say, our city holds a biannual event where some of the more ravenous beasts from the woods are captured and brought in. People are you are allowed to compete against these beasts to try to take them out, to try to take them down. And the more like they're talking, Squeeps, you're fascinated by this, and you also notice that she's like kind of looking over at you, and there's those moments of hesitation of, do I really want to be saying this in front of? I don't know if I'm offending someone.
I don't understand any of the nuance, and every time she looks over at me, I just wave.
she gives you like an awkward wave back. I'm sorry, what was I saying? Right. So as part of the competition, you and a group, it's recommended more, but you can go as you are now. As you progress through the competition, the beasts get larger and larger, eventually culminating in a grand fight, where, upon defeating your creature, you will be rewarded with... You get rewarded based on how well you do. The more beasts you defeat, the better the rewards. And in the end, should more than one group manage to defeat the beast that they confront, those groups go against each other to claim first place. What are you laughing about, Luke?
I just keep looking over at Chris. That fucking
I'm
move.
just gonna be there for the entire campaign. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Should
Gotta get it out now.
Should you be interested, Garmesh, and she'll turn around and point at the bar. which all of you kind of been loosely observing. Over at the bar, you can see that there is a gnomish individual. You can see that his head is he has bright red hair that is curled. Has a very, very beautiful mustache and beard. And he's currently kind of it's definitely not it's definitely on the thinner side, but it is present. He's these very, very nice, soft brown eyes, and is just kind of talking. You see that there's a number of patrons at the bar that he's currently laughing with, talking with, and the attendant will say, if you are interested in signing up, Garmesh does have sheets that are sent over to the arena, so just inquire with him if you're interested.
Do you know what the recommended party size is?
It's, as I said, any can show up. In matter of fact, you could even come in by yourself. It's just they don't really. Things don't change just because you're on your own. Things don't get easier or harder because you're on your own. So it's recommended to bring. It's recommended if you don't want to find yourselves going up against worse and worse odds to acquire a good number. I believe I've seen the most was 6, I believe.
When she makes it over to my table and is given this whole spiel, right? So what's the take then? Any sort of what's the fee to join?
Fee to join is 5 silver pieces, and the prize pool goes all the way up to 50 gold pieces for the victor. However, that is subject to change, as they will announce as you are signing up. Sometimes they do acquire magical wares as prizes to go alongside that, and if that is the case, which they have not announced as of yet, they're still a couple of days out. Once the final announcement is made, they will ask for your entry fee. It can go up to, I believe the last time was just a gold piece for entry.
So we sign up not knowing how much we got to pay in.
That is correct. The tournament organizer will inform you. Now, understand something. The sign up is not your asking to pay. The sign up is more just to reserve a slot, and then you can choose at that point whether or not you'd like to compete once you hear the entry fee.
Ah, I see. Right.
So you are under no obligation to pay if you do not feel like you want to pay in. This is more just to inquire if you are willing to join and participate.
All right. Well, thanks. I'll consider it.
Pie?
What's in it?
Oh, it is a breakfast pie. It is a mix of it is essentially a basic meat pie. It is mixed with chopped pork, a little bit of gravy, some potato. It is quite delicious, and you can see over the top. There appears to be the crust appears to have had butter melted onto it that is more or less soaked in.
Oh, so this actually looks like decent food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'll take one of them. I kind of pull out my coin purse and kind of look at her.
No charge.
Right. Well, thanks.
And she goes around to each of you, and as she comes over to your table, Jordan and Chris, she'll give you the same spiel.
Okay, I will take one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will take one.
She will.
Then I'll take one.
As you take one, she'll. As you go for another, she goes, only one per patron, I'm afraid.
But this is one, and then if I take another one, that's a one, right? Is that not how this?
Unfortunately, that's not quite how it works. I'm so sorry. I'll tell you what though. If anyone does not want one, we have some left over. I'll bring you an extra.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Thank you.
And for you, and she'll come over to you, Chris, and offer you one. She seems a little uncomfortable with your presence, but she's feigning customer service smile, which I'm sure all of us are familiar with.
Appreciated, miss.
She'll hand one down to you and make her way off.
Anything else I can get for you today?
Anything else I can get for you today?
Do these pies come in tins?
Yes, they do.
Okay. First warning, Nay is going to try to take a bite into the pie, ignoring the tin. Ah,
Nay,
Crunchy.
how do you eat these?
you take it out of the middle.
What?
You don't
okay?
do that.
Okay, we take it out of the middle. Okay, take our hands and goes for the pie. Ah! Oh, that's hot. Oh,
Hey,
oh, that's hot. Ow,
put it
ow.
down on the table.
Okay.
Grab a fork. Use it.
I would say, given the circumstance, it's one of those moments where kind of all your eyes are kind of pointed towards this, as it's if you've been in a restaurant, you see a child like making a mess or acting up. It's
Get a
kind of
screaming
like,
baby.
Yeah, like what the hell is going on?
All right. Which one of these was for again? I'm not entirely sure which one's. Is it that one?
The pointy one that isn't the knife.
Okay. So it is. Okay, no, that's the knife. That's the. Okay, got it.
Fork, knife, spoon.
I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna let this go as long as possible. This is great.
Can we all hear this conversation?
You absolutely can.
Also, I may have underestimated the smell of E6000.
Oh, it's fucking rank, dude.
No, it was way less than it was 2 hours ago, but it is still like messing with my lungs, so I'm gonna next
Yeah,
week
don't
Fucking
next week.
not
Right.
inhaling that.
I will say, like, she will use a fork. However, if all eyes are on this point, you do know that she's essentially just making a mess of the table, of her clothing, essentially just getting everything except the food in her mouth, which
Do
is
I-
unfortunate.
Do I see Big Mask Man?
It's hard to not see Big Mask Man.
He's
Okay.
7 feet tall.
I just
points
want to
of
make
note.
sure.
Oh, 2 points of note. 2 points of note. Go ahead.
I am very strictly using prestidigitation to clean mostly Nay, but small crumbs off of myself.
Mhm.
And if anyone sees me eat the pie, it goes into the mouth hole. It doesn't look like I'm eating it. It just goes down.
Oh.
I am just gonna start getting excited. I'm gonna get out of my chair and I'm gonna go over to Big Mask Man.
All right. So you
If
get up.
if the bird does approach, Nay's eyes is immediately going to lock onto him and just get wide-eyed,
Okay.
just seeing giant bird.
All right. So both of you watch as a blue robe wearing, wide brim hat wearing, goggles wearing little crow creature comes up to both of you.
Big!
Yes, I am very big. Thank you for
Can we keep
giving that
him?
to me.
Can we keep
I-
him?
I
He
don't-
looks so pretty.
I'm
Are
just
you-
watching this, not intervening, but I'm keeping an eye on Squeak.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same. You see that boy? I raised him myself. Teach them manners. Not yet. though.
Bird, are you?
I'm just gonna
sacred?
start reaching for Nay's pie.
This is everything I hope this first encounter be.
Jesus.
See, he's eating my pet. He has to be ours. This is not my pet. This is my pet, and I will call him George.
I don't think you get to decide what it's named. Are you an intelligent creature? That might sound very insulting.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
You have a name?
Squapes?
I'll take that as a yes.
Well, of course she has a name. It's George. George is my pet, and George will be mine. And I will proceed to go ahead and hold Squeaks very tightly around me.
Do you accept
Nay, you
this?
you can't just own people.
It's already happening.
All right.
What do you mean? What do you mean, people? It has a bunch of feathers, like it's a big bird, and it's a big bird, and it is mine.
No.
What do you mean, no?
You're enough trouble as you are. I'm not taking care of two of you.
do you mean?
Everyone, by the way, in the bar at this point, has eyes locked on this situation, including the people at the actual bar.
Well, people ain't never seen a disaster in public before.
Oh,
So,
man.
Lem, you think we should intervene or just watch this show? He takes like a drink of ale.
Mhm.
He's being squeezed very tightly, right?
Mhm.
It's a
Okay.
good it's a good hug. A very much like little child hugging a dog and not knowing that it's a little bit too tight.
So I will say during this event that's going on, Dustin and Sean, both of you, you kind of watch as a couple of individuals come into the bar, sort of break off from each other, and one approaches you two. I don't know.
What do they look like?
Can't really make out a lot of features. They're very deliberately sort of keeping most of their clothing or appendages hidden, and they're even wearing a hood that's sort of over the face. That's sort of a little bit over the face.
What sort of vibe am I getting for these people? Can I tell, looking at their clothing, if they've got weapons under there, or do they look at all like someone I might have met along the road at some point?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
First roll of the campaign.
8. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's with proficiency. Yeah.
8. Hard to get a beat on what's going on here. But they do seem to be approaching with purpose.
Okay.
Or at least this one seems to be approaching with purpose. The others have kind of just meandered to different sides of the bar. Although all of them have almost, the two that have broken off have almost immediately like looked at the situation unfolding.
I'll make a quick mental check of my surroundings, noting exits and clear paths and stuff, and sort of acknowledge that I see this person coming at me, and I'm not,
Mhm.
sort of acknowledging their presence so that they know that I acknowledge that they are there, and then I'm gonna see what this is all about.
Yeah, no problem. So as they approach, they'll come over specifically with intent towards you, Dustin.
Okay.
And they'll say, "Pardon, but..." He looks down at you. He looks down at you, Sean, and says, "Do you mind if I speak with him in private for a moment?"
I'm gonna immediately sneak and stay within earshot.
All right, so you walk away from the table and give me a stealth check.
Oh, it's 9.
9. So you sort of try to...
I just smack my fucking head on the table. I'm like, yep.
I'd say it's one of those moments where, like, it's one of those moments of, if you've ever seen like a child in a bar before and they think they're just tall enough to run under the counter. It's one of those things where it's kind of like you're trying to like take a moment and hide.
I'm on my ass, on my back, and I'm looking at the ceiling, and I'm just in a daze, and my drink's all over me, and I just go, yeah, you can definitely talk to him alone, and then I just crawl away.
The individual like watches
In shame.
this. Do you know him?
We shared a road together for a short time and in the caravan there over the past couple of weeks, but not everyone's really used to the city life, right?
I do suppose.
Sorry, I never caught your name. You might be.
I don't. I'm only here for a short moment, so no reason for proper introductions. And as he's saying this, you will watch as he sort of gingerly starts kind of rubbing his wrist, and as he does so, he's pulling up the robe, and you can see on his hand. Sorry. You can see on his hand that there is a tattoo of a very, very ostentatious-looking ruby.
Okay.
And he'll just sort of lift his arm up and twist it a few times, and you see a symbol you recognize.
A symbol I intimately recognize?
Yeah, you intimately
Maybe from
recognize.
is it that
Okay.
same symbol from the road that we saw?
It is not, but it is a symbol
Okay.
only he would be familiar with.
Okay, got it.
All right, so I'll just sort of nod at him, and Let's go see if we can find ourselves a spot of privacy.
Are you going to attempt to follow them?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. Can I reroll my stealth check?
I would say sure, but it would probably be a disadvantage unless you have some way of giving yourself advantage.
No, I'm okay with disadvantage.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I got 11 plus 5, so 16.
16. What's your passive perception?
Mine?
What's your passive perception, Dustin?
Mine. 14.
14. All right. And this guy does not have a high enough passive perception either. So, you go ahead and make your way. I'd say probably towards the outside at this point.
Okay.
Just kind of trying to get lost within the crowd. Sean following close behind unseen, and we're gonna get back to the scene in the bar in just a moment. But as you're kind of staying around a corner, just listening to the conversation, the individual will just say, "So, there is a matter that needed to be attended to," and he'll reach into a small pouch off to his side, and he'll hand you a small box, just about this big in size.
Okay.
I'll say, "The Lord wishes that there is some individuals that are participating this year that have skimped out on some business with him. And he would be most appreciative if you would be able to adjust their fight a little bit."
What are we talking? He wants them to win, he wants them to lose, he wants them to not even walk away.
Lose hard enough to know that they will not make the same mistake twice. And he will kind of sit with you for a moment, and he'll kind of explain. Unfortunately, a lot of the area is guarded unless you are a participant. So if you don't have to stay for the whole thing, and I will be more than happy to provide your entry fee, whatever it may cost. But he'll sort of reach into his pouch again, and he'll pull out what looks to be small drawings of people.
Okay.
One of them appears to be a half-orc individual, very long, tattered hair with a band around his head. This very overgrown set of tusks. Though even for a half-orc, he does look to be on the skinnier side, wearing what appears to be very common sets of traveler's garments, so long coats, very loose-fitting pants, tight boots. And we'll say, I'll hand that over to you. Doesn't give a name, as he explains he himself was not given name, just these to give to you.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing that he gives you is what appears to be a picture of an elven woman, much better built than the half-orc, which is a little awkward, which is a little weird to see. She wears a tight shirt that only goes about to just under her chest. A set of very, very fine-looking, almost nobilic pants. With what you can see, the buckle for the belt that she's wearing is this very, very gorgeous gem embroidered buckle in the shape of what appears to be a winged serpent. And the same sort of tight-fitting boots. And the final one that he hands over to you is a very unassuming human, very run down, almost nearing the edge of homeless looking. Dirt smatters across his face, a very unkempt beard, head completely shaven. And you see his clothes kind of mirror that appearance. Holes in them, rips across the arms and pants. The shoes have a lot of fraying to them. Hands that over to you, and that's the last image he gives you. He says, "From what the Lord has said, they will be participating as a group this year. And when you figure out, and I would ask that you figure out what sort of creatures they have available, and ensure that whichever one looks the most intimidating is the one that they go up against. And that should help in that regard.
Right. So, what's in the box then? Is this part of it?
It is. I would say you may look upon it once we have concluded our business here.
Right.
And I would possibly recommend finding other company to bring along with you should you endeavor to try this, as I'm sorry, but the oaf that you had traveled with on the road doesn't appear to be the most competent.
At this point, I'd like to just drop down from the roof of whatever I'm hiding and just fucking scare the fuck out of them. And be like, that's not nice.
So you will watch as Malik will drop down next to you, having seemingly overheard this entire conversation, and in the moment you're kind of like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, it can't have been too terribly wrong. I mean, you didn't even stay hidden for the entire time you've been eavesdropping, right? I mean, what kind of an eavesdropper announces himself halfway through?
I'm gonna start laughing because at this point, me and Badger, we've been traveling on the road for months, so I know him pretty well. And this is kind of our bit that we do, where I kind of sometimes mess up a bit, but I get the job done. You know, I might trip and I might eat shit, but I'll stand up and wipe my mouth.
Yeah.
Does he? And you can see that this individual is now very visibly irritated.
I just go back to Badger and cross my arms.
Let me finish this conversation here. I'll meet you inside here in a couple of minutes, and we'll have some things to discuss.
At that point, I'm gonna go back to the bar and just get a couple of drinks and a drink ready for Badger when upon his return, and a drink prepped for me.
This is fantastic. This is going better than I ever would have thought this session would go. This is great. So the individual sort of grumble. Is that going to be an issue?
I'll see to it doesn't become an issue. Don't worry. This'll get done.
Anyway, it still stands that you should seek other company in the meantime. There's plenty of ragtag groups out here looking to get an edge in the competition. I'm sure it won't be hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about it in the bar already. So
it's quite an exciting time after you've concluded your business. If you do wish to continue participating, I encourage it. But if not, it's always fun to watch the more inept get themselves into situations they're not quite ready for.
Right. You be sticking around till after then, or you might contact once the job's been done, or
I'll see you I will meet with you after everything has concluded, but I'll be around.
Right.
And he'll sort of make his way out. He'll sort of make his way out from where you guys are talking. Meanwhile, back in the bar.
Whatever disaster's been occurring.
At this point, I would say, as about halfway through your conversation, Sean, you will be approached, Chris, and you'll feel like a tap on your shoulder. Are you ready?
Always. I just go up there and do what I gotta. Got it.
All right. Is she as they point over to Nay?
Yeah.
By this point, I'm like leaning into the feathers. It feels nice. I'm assuming. Yeah.
I'd just stay out of it and come get me if something's really, really wrong.
Very, very well. And it was, Void, was it?
Yes.
All right, well, give us about 30 seconds and then you'll be ready to go on. I'd say if we hung on to this, David, Chris, did you two hang on to the thing we got?
I don't remember. I processed vaguely what happened. I think we just talked about it. I remember what happened.
Yeah.
But...
I would say as this individual is making their way onto the stage, Belmondo. And I'm gonna use your character names here because it's taking a long time for introductions. That's fine. I expected this. It took you a moment, but you do recognize this individual. A while ago, actually. You remember some point being in the same bar as him. Much in the kind of same method it is now. He was performing and you were trying to enthrall a group of mercenaries that you were speaking with. Regaling them of your tales and the tribulations that you had gone through, and this motherfucker on the stage would not shut up and let you tell your tale.
Oh, to think I would run into him once again.
And
Small world.
Void, as you're getting up on stage ready to perform, you also...
Oh, I wouldn't notice him at all
you
right
wouldn't notice
now.
him at all? Excellent.
No.
Is anyone going to save Squeebs, by the way?
I'm letting that happen.
George is mine, and George will be mine forever. That's how it is.
When the one starts to get up, she's like, "Okay, this is great," and then the other woman who's holding Squeeb stays, and it's like, "Okay, well."
You know, if she tries to leave with them, we're gonna have to put an end to that. But for now, it's fine.
I would have told Nay to stay here and be nice to the bird.
Okay. Actually, this is going to be very interesting. Squeeps, very quickly, do you speak Abyssal?
Do I?
Yes.
Squeebs can speak anything, technically.
Technically, you can speak anything.
Yeah.
I can mimic it, but I do not understand it.
Okay, just very whispered, very hiss-poppy, but it seems like it's very, like, coo noises.
Oh.
Much like, again,
Abyssal
to
coo
a pet.
noises?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would sound like...
Yeah, just like gargling death.
So, Squeebs, you hear this demonic sound in your ear. You both hear Squeebs caw out.
Well, I guess that's all cute.
Gonna stand up and not necessarily aggressively, but just very quickly head over. Squeeps, dear, this food is marvelous, but I'm afraid my stomach's a bit smaller than I thought. Could you come back here? I can give you the other half of my pie. Sorry, Miss, ma'am. Do you mind if I, would you mind releasing my friend?
But this is my friend. This is George.
Well,
George
people
is
can have
mine,
many
he is
friends.
my pet.
But the important thing is,
This is your pet. I didn't realize this was your pet.
Need to let our birdie
I am
friend
so.
go.
Yes, I am sorry. Go ahead and have your pet. I apologize. I will go ahead and try to jostle Squeeps toward her. Here you go. Here, this is your pet, right?
Hey!
That's wonderful. Very good.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Thank you so much for for being another good friend to Squeeps here. George,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I try to be friendly with everyone.
I will say at this point, I'll say in the middle of that, Malik, you would have made your way inside and seen.
I just beeline for the bar. I'm like, all right.
And as you were beelining, as the ruckus sort of calms down, Void, you go ahead and begin playing your music for the bar. Describe it. What sort of tone is it?
I don't think I went over this. Wait, did I take? I did take silent image. Okay, I think I roughly mentioned this. The way that Void performs is that I use the instrument musically as a casting tool, and then cast silent image on a blank screen to essentially do the equivalent of a silent movie. I'm playing a very melancholy-esque song that has several kind of build-ups and letdowns, but never really gets to a complete crescendoing point where it's really dramatic. The visual story being shown on the screen is that of a man rowing a boat through some kind of equivalent of a Greco-Roman underworld for a couple of seconds, and then it cuts to various memories of his mind of his wife being taken away by some mysterious shadow-esque force, and him going through different tribulations of fighting certain monsters and encountering very dark people in their pasts and just doing crazy shit. And then it eventually cuts back to him just rowing the boat, and it ends.
And about, I would say, probably the first quarter is when you walk back in, Badger.
All right.
You walk in to see everyone. Everyone kind of has been taken away from the chaos that was once going on, and is all kind of just watching this play almost play out.
Well, I see. Things have calmed down in here a little bit, and I'll head over to the bar next to Mal and basically ask him how much he heard and what his thoughts are.
I'll tell him the extent to it that I heard that we have to fix a job. You know, I'm not unfamiliar with those types of jobs. You know, fixing something to make it the outcome that I want. So I'm 100% on board, and I'm like, it's pretty lucky that we met those unsavory characters and we got a couple of gold pieces apiece, and we're right next to our pal Garmesh, and I kind of want to start. After I talk with Badger, I want to see what his 2 cents are, and then start talking to the Garmesh to see what it takes to get us to our slot, so to speak.
Garmesh will sort of he's sort of enthralled in the moment watching this silent movie play, and he'll sort of come back to you and come up to you and says, sorry about that. Just the two of you? Are you sure?
No, well, we want to talk to you, Garmesh. What have you seen in the past? What are the champions of the past have done?
He's sort of like taking you guys to a corner just to not interrupt anyone who's watching the performance. And he'll say, it's all kinds, really. It's there's no real set champions of any kind. I've seen small groups accomplish it. I've seen groups of, I think the largest we had was 6 one time.
Well, that's a pretty interesting fact, Garmesh. How long have you been working for these folks at the Coliseum? I'm assuming it's a Coliseum style.
It's I don't really.
My assumption. I apologize.
The thing is, I don't really work for them. It's
okay.
more I help. They pay me to advertise for their
Oh,
event,
you're promoting.
And I get customers into my inn, whether they're coming for the competitions or just coming for a meal. However, as part of that promotion, I do handle some of the sign-ups and make sure that they get over to the arena. If you are interested in competing, I'd be more than happy to get you a form. But
do you know if they? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Garmesh. Do you know if they have any work available, perchance? If there's any positions open that, if there's any I've been a guard on some caravans in the past, and I'm wondering if they have any positions open as a guard. Just while there's more people in town for this event, and I'm looking to increase my opportunities.
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask, but most of the guard for the event are just the local guard. I don't know that they would necessarily turn you away, but they'd probably ask you some questions about your past, things that you've done as part of your. You said it was caravanning?
Yeah.
They'd probably inquire as to some of your history, but I'm not certain. I've never seen anyone volunteer, so I suppose make your way there, see what they say.
Much appreciated for the information, sir. I thank you.
You had any groups of people what's been looking at getting into this, but looking for members of incomplete groups type deal? I don't know if people always come to you with their group fully formed, or if they just kind of
typically
together.
Typically it's formed. I would recommend talking to some of the people in here. I can say that you're looking. I can definitely point some people in your direction if you'd like. But more often than not, we get full groups of people coming up. It can typically. I have seen on some occasions people signing up a little late, as they have other companions coming in from other towns, who they've gotten in contact with. But I'd say just ask around. I'm not quite certain as to who's. As he kind of glances around, he's like, I'm not quite certain as to who's participating. We get all sorts of adventurous types in here. So I wouldn't be able to point you in any one direction right off the cuff, I'm afraid.
Right, well, I'll at least be taking one of them forms if you don't mind, and I'll be asking around, seeing what the business is. We got a couple of days before this thing kicks off, right?
Yes. Just
right,
yes,
yeah.
a few days. So you in good time he'll reach underneath the bar and you watch as he pulls out a small metallic box, and as he opens it up, he'll pull out a form, hand it over to you, and you'll see he'll also go in and pull out a. He'll also go out and pull. Do you have a writing implement on you?
Oh, do I? I do. Yeah. I'll be all right.
Excellent. And he'll reclose the box and put it back under. And if you find anybody, just bring that over.
So, does this look like it's a form for the whole team, or is this each person on the team will need one of these?
It is a standard. It is what you would see for any sort of competition form. It states a team name, but it's optional.
Okay.
And then there is basically a list for system where you put everybody's name, including who the leader of the team is going to be. And then at the bottom, it is just at the bottom it is more or less a waiver. Just like, we are not responsible for any remedies you will have to seek after the games or after the tournament. We are not responsible for any limbs that may be lost over the course of the competition.
All right.
Your standard legal waiver.
So I'll kind of tuck that into my vest pocket there, fold it up, nice and neat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just gonna kind of mingle around the area, kind of enjoying the show, but also seeing what sort of information I can gather from people about the past of this competition, what types of creatures have been seen in the past, that sort of thing.
I'd say for this, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, 20.
20, okay. Very good. So as you're kind of meandering around, a lot of people start saying, a lot of the information that you get is variety, kind of, and it sort of varies per tournament.
Okay.
The most common that they see are wolf packs, or like packs of wolves that they have captured. They've said that they have seen some dire creatures in the past, dire bears, dire wolves, things like that.
It's like a regular wolf, but dire.
It's like a regular wolf, but dire, and much more dangerous. And
Big.
this sort of goes around. It's just a lot of monsters. They've said they've seen owl bears before. It seems to be primarily just creatures camped. However, with a 20, you eventually come across a group, and you eventually come across a group where they're sort of like excitedly talking amongst themselves, sort of ignoring the performance. And as you approach and ask your question, they say, "Oh, I've heard." One of them looks over to you, a smaller, on the shorter side, human male, simple set of clothes, with this very clean shaven face and this look of excitement and glee on his face, as he looks over at you and says, "Well, I'm not certain about this here, but I've heard rumors, and this is really exciting. So I don't know how familiar you are with the history of the continent. Like, you know."
Thanks, Eric. I love him immediately.
Can't say I do.
All right, so before like everything got settled over here, right? There was apparently like these otherworldly creatures that would walk around here, and they were like free to roam wherever they go. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man? And according to some sources, and of course I can't say who, they've apparently captured these really cool looking like spider creatures. They're like bipedal. They got multiple arms. These large white glowing eyes. And apparently one lucky group is gonna get to fight them. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice. What would be the appropriate knowledge to see if I know can pick up on what he's describing? Know anything about them?
I will let you decide what check you want to make, and the DC will vary depending on what you decide. Because you could go multiple directions with this. Just
acrobatics.
Athletics.
How strong I am about this.
Knowledge check.
I'll bipedal, but if it's gonna be a creature, it's not gonna be an intelligent being. Yeah, let's do knowledge nature.
All right, go ahead and make me a nature check.
20.
20. Well
Hey.
then, someone's dice are hot tonight.
Oh yeah.
Although even with a 20, no, joking.
Even with a nat 20.
We're dealing with one of those.
So no.
The thing is, you don't know the creature inherently.
Mm-hmm.
You've read about creatures like this before, but your brain comes to two separate conclusions on it, and you're not quite familiar as to which is which, as to which one you should follow. So the first one that you've heard of is that there is a creature that resides within the Underdark. They are a creature that usually hunts in packs, and much like a normal spider, they are capable of crafting webs that are made of an incredibly thick silk that they are able to project out of their mouths. And these creatures are pseudo-intelligent. Mm-hmm. They have enough intelligence that they can understand speech, not enough to speak. And you know that these creatures are typically very incredibly hostile. And the fact that they may have captured one of these is worrying to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing that comes into your mind is there's a creature that resides on the overworld that looks like a spider, but they're not. They are a creature with sort of loose flesh, and several arms, 8 appendages that would resemble a spider. They are quite hairy, although they have been known to have sort of spots of naked fur, of naked skin on their body. These creatures do not show themselves very often, and despite their more grotesque appearance, are usually on the friendly side. If they did capture them, you for a moment question the ethics of that. But did capture them, they are known to be fairly decent in combat, but they tend to try to give everyone. They try to be nice to everyone that they can be, but they are fairly dangerous in combat.
Okay.
So those are the two that your mind sort of go to, and it's hard to distinguish based on the descriptor. As both of them have these very big glowing eyes, which is even more off-putting for the latter half.
Okay.
But one has a spider face and one has the not spider face, right?
Yes, but both of them do closely resemble. Both of them can, at a distance, resemble a spider-like creature.
I hear you.
Both of them satisfy the description that these people have given me.
Yeah, both of them satisfy the description.
All right, and then I'll just spend some time bantering with this group a little bit more before I excuse myself and kind of move on.
Okay.
I'll probably ask if they're planning on joining the competition, or if they're here to spectate.
Just here to spectate, man. I don't have any sort of martial proficiencies or anything like that.
Right. Well, I understand that. Hey,
but if you're
one last thing before I go, a lot of people here to spectate. You know if there's any action on this? Anyone
I'm sure.
Putting down odds for different groups?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the main pot, that's going to be done day of. It's going to be through the arena. If you're looking for individuals, I'm sure you could find some people that are willing to make some wagers.
Right. I'm a bit new in town. Who's sort of the least likely to just pocket your money and run type, if you know what I mean?
Help think. Let me see.
Who's your bookie?
The thing is, I don't really do bets for outside of my group or the arena.
Right.
That just you play safe with the people that you know, or at least with officials. But I'm sure just ask around. I'm sure you could find someone who's willing to take some higher stake bets.
Right, will do. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for your time. You have yourselves a pleasant evening now.
Yeah, you too. And you kind of go around and continue asking through. Eventually, you do come to the table of. Have you guys left the table with Nay yet, or have you guys just kind of been standing there watching the performance?
I think I would have invited her to come with to our table if she were interested.
I am exceptionally interested if you're inviting me. Absolutely.
Sean, I'll send you a message real quick. Hang on. Continue, by the way. Sean just sent me a PM.
I would love to sit with you. I would love to know who you are. What is your name?
Apparently incomprehensible. So I go by Lim Nabarik for short, or Lem for shorter. A lot of people find that's easier.
Lamb? Lamb owns a bird. Lamb owns a bird. That is awesome. That is fantastic. I am Nay. How do you do?
Very well. And yourself?
Good. Who is this this other individual here by this table here? This interesting blue thing with the like the other guy. Do you know the other guy?
I'm afraid I'm fairly new to the city.
Belmondo, you are being pointed at.
Well, I am specifically a tiefling. We're pretty uncommon. If you haven't noticed.
Okay, so you are like the other one. You're like the other one. I know him. His name is Void. He is very friendly, very helpful. He helped me get here to the city, by the way. He is very kind and very, very talented. I mean, look at that. That's how does he do that? He never really told me how he does that. But he's very nice to me, and I appreciate him.
Yeah, the whole time while like Nay's going on her like little tirade, Belmundo's just like nodding, just like, yes. Yes, interesting.
But then you also say that tieflings are exceptionally rare, so that means that you must know him, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
tieflings
fine.
know each other.
Yeah, all tieflings know each other. We have kind of this hive mind going on.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah,
Cool.
he's telling me how great a person you are. Like, what's his name again?
Void, at this point, you've concluded your performance, and you see Nate talking with the small herd of individuals.
I would have a small moment where I look back over the table where they're supposed to be and go, shit. Never mind.
I got a 7 in stealth.
You are not hidden.
I'm trying to eat her meat pie, whatever's left of it.
Dude, slide it, dude. Fucking Dex check that thing. Swallow the entire thing whole.
No, should I make a perception check just in case,
Do
or
you
no?
want to?
Just
Yeah,
beak on
absolutely.
it, snaps down, 2 halves of pie fall off the other side.
Okay. You actually might.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay,
Oh,
my
we
perception
lost
is
him.
5. I rolled a 2 for. Oh, hello.
Did we lose him?
No, he's fine.
He's back.
Seven.
Okay.
I rolled 2. My perception is 5, so 7. So.
Squeeze rolled a 7 on stealth. You met the DC.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna
If I do
wolf
see,
down
if I
the
do see
rest of-
Squeak, if I do see Squeaks with the pie, I'm going to go ahead and put my arms around where he is. I'm going to move Squeaks closer into the pie, maybe accidentally putting the face into the pie itself.
I mean, there's a bit of a
so
there's a bit
Squeaks,
of a barrier.
so we'll say Squeaks, as you're going for the pie, reaching out, you will be grabbed by Nay, and she'll start pushing you, and your beak will just go into the pie.
You must be really hungry. Have you been feeding your pet? He did the exact same thing when he was at my table.
You know,
Is there
he's not really a pet. He's kind
What
of,
do
a companion.
How's he not a pet? This is a bird. I have seen so many people with birds as pets. There are also cats and dogs, and sometimes bigger cats and bigger dogs that are pets. So I would assume that a bigger bird is also a pet.
You know, what year is it? Like, what
We
year
don't
is
have the
it?
Gregorian calendar anymore.
We don't
One
have
of
the-
one of these days, someone who is not me
It
should let
is,
me know how druids
Phil-
operate. And if
It
you
is
blow your
fill in
mind-
the blank year at the moment, and that is very
It would be-
racist.
it would be-
Assuming that.
What do you mean racist? What do you mean?
At this point, I'm trying
It's
to-
13 something.
Yeah, it's 13. It's you're in the 1300s for your time.
No.
You're not hungry? What? Oh, if you're not hungry, then that's fine. I'll go ahead and pull him away from the pie if he said no.
Also, David, are you properly introducing yourself?
Oh yeah. Like I assume that.
I at least know Lamb. I have yet to get
Yeah.
Bilmuna's name.
Yeah, it's
So-
like I assume that Void, like, since he finishes like
Mhm.
whole spiel
Yeah,
is
I've been making my
gonna.
way over.
Yeah, it's like I'll introduce myself when it like gets over, so I don't have to introduce
Yeah. So
myself.
Void, as you come up to the table toward the tail end of the endeavor with Squeeps.
All
You're
right.
with,
So
you're
the
with
bird's
her,
with
right?
you.
And you're with her, right?
Yes.
Hi, Void.
Or
Hi, Nay. Hello, bird.
The-
I'm sorry. Squeeps wasn't. Yes.
but his name's George.
I don't think you get to name the bird, especially considering it's with them.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
You know, he kind of named himself, so not up to us.
Oh, he named. So wait, if it's not, hold on.
Not George.
So it's not George. I can tell you that much. His name is not George. He keeps repeating.
Aww.
Boyd, Nay, Squeeps.
Belmundo, Squeeps, Lem.
Oh, that's disappointing if he's not
Limbatic
George.
is the
George
shorter
is a nice
pronoun
name.
It's probably easier to just use Lem. Apparently, the more I add syllables, the harder it gets.
At this
Oh,
point,
you also have an obscenely ridiculous name.
I mean,
I mean, indeed, yes.
I do too.
Pretty
and
long.
I very much enjoy it.
This blue
At this
tiefling
point-
was saying that he knows all about you, Void. What do you know him too? Is that right? You all have a hive mind. That's what he said. He said that you share a big hive mind. To be able to talk with one another. Is this true?
I believe that this gentleman was just
What?
yanking your chain.
I don't have a
Pulling your
chain.
tail- Pulling your tail, yanking.
I don't have a
your
tail.
With you.
But if I don't have a chain and I don't have a tail, what's he yanking?
He's messing with you.
Oh.
At this point, I will say, Badger, you would just be coming around to this table.
All right.
So welcome.
Prince.
So I'll just sort of hang back a little bit, let them finish their conversation, and then once I see an opening, I'll come in and just. Evening. Brings you. Oh, you crowd into town business. Pleasure here for the games.
Oh, we just
Hello?
arrived here. We didn't know that there was any games going on.
Ah, right. Well, I'm in the same boat. Seems
Wait.
like.
Are there games? Are there games here?
Yeah, the one guy.
Not exactly.
Oh,
Oh wait, no. Is he talking about? Is he talking about the thing that lady with the pies was talking about? Because that's not really a game. That's just beating up on animals, and that's not necessarily a game, unless it's a game if you're a hunter.
Games.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to think about this.
I believe that's the general concept that he was referring to. Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. Gladiatorial combat against a different type of animal. Not the humanoid animal, but the less intelligent type animal. Right.
Mhm.
Right. I just been going around trying to see if anyone. I'm also kind of new in town. Well, not necessarily new in town, but passing through and just seeing if anyone knew what sort of things kind of go on, or anyone seen it in the past, or nothing like that.
First time. First time.
First time.
First time that I've been here at the same time. Although Del Mundo, this does sound like the sort of thing that you might consider free advertising. If
Mhm.
if you were to go in there, get a lot of people to see what you can do, and if things get scary, easy enough to back out and let other people handle whatever weird nonsense they're throwing. But a few rounds, winning, do right good for you.
Yeah. I was already planning on joining the competition after I finish my drink. He takes like another swig.
Alright. Yep. Alright.
Wait, did I hear that right? You're considering joining?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Oh,
Bi-yearly, I'm in town. Free money. What else could I ask for?
You said free? What? I like free.
Well, not
Free sounds nice.
exactly free, but
What?
free if you're good.
But then if it's not free money, then it's not. Hold on. What do you? You're very confusing. I don't know if that's a good thing. Is that a good thing?
I don't
Nay,
know
your
why I'd
life is
say it's
confusing.
free money. It's not like you're finding a copper piece on the roadway. It sounds like you kind of got to work for it, and I'm not entirely certain that can be considered free. But a little bit of work, a little bit of pay.
What about yourself?
Oh, I haven't quite decided yet. Like I said, just passing through and didn't even know this thing was going on, but don't know how much use I'd be in one of them, but just sort of getting the lay of the land at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the right team comes around, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, you're looking for a team. That's
Sounds
interesting.
Well, from what I've been hearing, not many people would have any chance of winning any money if they went in this all by their lonesome, right?
I heard our team, even though it's 3 people, isn't enough.
I'm gonna point at Belmundo,
What?
and at Lemon, and that at myself. I'll
Oh,
point
but there
at
you go. There
The
you
more
go.
the
There you go.
merrier.
If you're,
The more the
if you're
merrier.
looking for a team, it's apparently them. They're apparently a team. Wait, hold on. Do you want more on your team?
I'll point at Void, I'll hesitantly point at Nay.
I mean, there's no limitation to team size, so
I'll point at Badger and kind of cock my head.
like if you don't mind splitting up the reward, I don't mind honestly, but you know, it's up to you.
If I'm gonna be involved, it seems a larger team is just all to the good.
Yeah, hopefully the grand prize is something more exciting than say 50 gold. Not that I'm knocking 50 gold. 50 gold is pretty good for traveling.
Right. Well, let me go grab my associate here and see if he wants. I know he's been out asking other tables there, so let me go grab him. I'll be right back, and we'll see what we can work on.
Okay.
We'll be right here.
And as I turn to walk away, one thing some people might notice is I do have a tattoo kind of on not the center back of the neck, but off to the back side of it's like a small thing of a crow standing on a small pile of rubble.
Oh, it's not me.
No.
I have 12 passives.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'd say anyone with a what's everyone's passive perception?
15.
4.
4.
I said poor with a P.
Oh.
As attentive as I am, I'm still wearing a mask.
Like, what is the stat that gives you a -6? Would you have like a 2 in your wisdom or something?
Dude, you'd
Hell yeah.
You'd have to have a negative modifier in your wisdom.
Yeah.
Give me a straight 11.
11.
Not the most perceptive of individuals.
And Nay and Len?
13.
13 and
I said 15.
15. I think Nay would probably be the only one to notice it, honestly.
Ah, okay.
I like that your passive perception is 15. You just notice everything.
Well, it's not exactly like being hidden or anything like that.
Oh, okay, then I'd say anyone above a 10.
Birdie
Oh
bird!
yeah,
Birdie bird!
-1 still sees it.
So, Badger, you return to Malik.
Right, so there's a table of, well, Ragtag's new in town over there. They setting up a team. I don't know if we'd have any chance with them. Don't know nothing about them, but I figure if we can't find anything else or what have you, that's an option. Another option I've been thinking is trying to find, these people as I kind of flash those 3 photos, seeing if they've got room on their team, and well, I'd give us an in, but might make things a little bit difficult as well.
I've got a couple of things going on in my mind. I'm gonna look at them and just kind of like think about it. I want to know how these drafts get picked. If this team of individuals is this 3 people? Do we know if they're a team or if they're single or what?
Well, there's 3 of them over there. It's a team, and it sounds like the old woman sitting with the pie all missed out in front of her is wanting
photos,
to join them.
The photos.
Oh,
They're
wow.
a team or they're solo?
I suppose I don't know that for sure.
Oh, you do know. He said that they were a team competing.
They were a team.
Ah, okay.
I couldn't remember. I was like, I thought you said
yeah.
it, but I couldn't. I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
This is a team competing this year.
All right,
Okay.
sweet. So I want to know how the drafts are picked. If they're a team that competes against other teams, or if they're a team that competes against beasts. If they're a team that competes against other teams, 100% I want to be with this team right now and get it and
So,
figure out how do we get squared away.
So the way the wench explained it to me is that it's each team fights against beasts. You kind of fight stronger ones, right? And whoever gets to the top wins. But if multiple teams get to the top, then they fight against each other to see who's the top.
I thought it was like a loose goose, just toss them all out.
No, it's a
right.
It's much more structured.
It's much more structured. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Which you kind of have to if you're running a biannual tournament.
Right.
Well, then I say let's go. Let's join this
All
group
right.
and let's get him got. And if push comes to shove, along the way I'm gonna try to square that other team up against some deadly foes.
I
We'll see if we
presume
can
you're all
doctor it up.
You're saying this quietly to each
Yeah, I'm not
Yes.
yelling it out
Yes.
loud. I'm
Yeah.
being pretty discreet.
Let's set these guys up against deadly foe.
Let's fuck these guys up right now.
We're gonna tie their shoelaces together, but shh.
Quietly.
I'm trying to assassinate them in public.
They'll never see it coming.
Oh my god. Alright,
All right.
continue.
Right, so I'll head back over to the table and along with Mal, assuming Mal is coming with me. And right, so this is my associate Mal here. You can call me Badger. And if you just
You
put them
also have an
together.
animal name, just like Lamb.
I think
Why?
What?
Well, that's news to
Hey,
me.
Lamb.
He's called Badger, and she's called Lamb. Unless I heard
Lem.
wrong.
Lem. You know,
Lem-
with the
Lem?
E.
Lem.
Lynn about it for short.
Lem, not
Lem
Lamb.
for shorter.
Lem.
Yes.
Lem.
You know, like
Okay.
lemon, like lemon. You know.
Right.
Oh, I know about lemons. Lemons are a fruit.
I told you this was gonna happen, Sushin. I warned you.
And you might. Yeah,
She's
I-
very
I-
amused by it though, because just by chance, where she was from, mostly people knew her, and then they'd introduce her to people who, and so her nickname then was different based on a last name,
Mm-hmm.
Darby. So this is all new and different and cool. This is great.
Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, so let's see who's. So is everyone here participating? Yes. No.
Hello.
I
Okay.
believe that the wench said that the max size was 6.
No. The max that they have seen is 6.
Okay.
There is no max per se. You can come in with maybe 20 people, but you still have to split up the prize because like you're kind of scumbag dogs.
Right. I don't think I ever got your name, sir. Right.
Belmundo. Pleasure to meet
El
you.
Mundo. Right.
Yeah.
Badger. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Bell.
I'll just since I haven't actually been introduced to anybody here,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just sort of do,
Brief
Right, so
introduction.
yeah.
Yeah, brief introductions with everyone. So we'll say for sake of ease of role play, everyone introduces each other. Do you know everyone's names, Dustin, or does everyone need to go over them real quick?
No, I've got
Wait.
character names down here, so
We also have like the handout sheets to the
Yep.
right of us.
Yeah,
So.
Yep.
perfect. All right, so
So-
get introductions to everyone. Perfect.
So considering we're a team and all now, it'd be kind of nice to know what like all you can do. Some people like shoot laser beams, some people swing swords. Like it's good to know like what you can do. So,
I thought you
Well-
Some
were
people can shoot.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were gonna take it in the direction of some of us will use weapons, we use our muscles, and others their pussies.
What?
They're
What are you
bitches that play the
talking about?
guitar. I hate them.
And some people use like guitars that shoot laser beams.
Is cheating.
It's definitely cheating. Some people use guns. Guns are cool though.
All right, continue. Sorry.
right. Well, considering now I see that big sword strapped on your hip in the armor, I'm assuming you're more of the swordsman type, eh?
I like being
Belmundo?
up in, yeah, I like to be in the front.
Everyone else.
Got a warhammer and a few other things sometimes.
So yeah, hey, Squeeps, describe what you can do.
Okay. Okay,
Hold
the
on,
bird
my
shoots lasers, okay? The bird shoots lasers, and you hit it, it like goes on fire and shoots more lasers. Like
Hold up my driftwood lapis staff that's taller than I am.
it also summons tentacles, by the way.
That's neat. I'm more of a medic type of individual. That was what I was trained to do, really. That's I can do more than that, but that's yeah.
I drive a cart.
That's
Okay,
cool.
Like, can you just like run over people, or like does it?
I'm interested to see how this comes up
Well,
in a combat
I mean-
situation.
I don't know if they're gonna be letting us bring in carts and whatnot, but oh geez, what did I name my mule? I can't remember. I don't think I named him. So I won't make that comment.
That sounds good. Well, we got two people who haven't said anything.
Oh well, I mean, I like to shoot from the side and from behind. I like to be a sneaky kind of guy and not be in the front.
Okay. You shoot people, not with lasers, I assume.
You're right, accurate.
Okay, Bud, lasers. You?
I wish I could shoot lasers.
Arrows.
Yeah, arrows. Arrows or guns?
Hey Eric, you mentioned there's guns in this realm.
There is going to be this realm.
Yeah, there is also a feat
How
allowed that is crossbow expert, but guns, by the way, just so you know, if you want to use guns.
It's good to know for the future.
Uh-huh.
My skill set is a little bit difficult to see visually. At least for what I can do at the moment. I sort of fuck with people. Like,
Okay.
in their head.
So can you fuck with creatures in their head? Like that's the big question.
I can basically, as long as it thinks, I can.
Okay.
I mean, I can do other things, but
Okay, as long as it isn't too dumb, that's fine.
Ooh.
So we've got
break
six
down into tears.
6 adventurers and a cart pusher.
Huh?
I love it.
Cart driver.
Cart
You
driver.
kidding? I don't do the pulling. That's animal work.
Yeah, sweeps work.
All right.
Ready to bank heist,
And
boys.
are
We've
you
got our
taking
driver
out
already.
Are you taking out the form?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pull that out, unfold it, and kind of spread it on the table.
So you put it down on the table, and all of you see, most of you see for the first time, the sign-up form. You do notice that it does go up to 8 slots. It doesn't say that there's no thing that says limitation 8 or anything like that. The form only goes up to 8 slots. You don't know if you could have inquired for more if you had more people. But at least this form specifically can only hold 8 slots for names.
For the fee to sign up, is it 5 silver per person or 5 silver per team?
Nobody inquired.
I thought it was 1 gold per person.
We'll find out there.
That's what.
No,
That would
The
just
fee is to be announced.
we
Or
sign
it's
up and then it
temporarily
changes.
that. Yeah.
You sign up for you sign up
We-
as a placeholder basically to say, hey, we would like to guarantee ourselves a slot, and then once the fee is announced, you can determine from there if you'd like to continue on or you'd like to drop.
Okay.
It's basically
This
just a
is-
way. It's basically just a way to ensure that you're not going there day of and being like, oh my gosh, is there a slot? Is there a slot available?
So does anyone have any writing utensils? Because I don't have any writing utensils.
It's okay. Badger has them.
Yeah, I pull out an ink pen and a little thing of ink.
I would also.
All right. All right. So, you guys sign your names onto the form, and I will ask.
That's my signature.
Yay. So I'm gonna ask 2 things. I'll ask 2 things. Number 1, does everyone agree to the terms and conditions?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would read them first. Does anything seem sketchy about them?
You may make an investigation.
Actually, could I do that also?
Absolutely.
I feel as a
While they're
professional-
doing that, I
Yes,
would say
same.
something along the lines of, I'd like to write my name last
Okay.
and write my full name.
Oh no!
Taking up the 8th slot to write the whole thing.
That delights me. I was actually just debating whether or not my character would put down the full name. I might. That would
I
be
did
great.
the math, by the way.
So 20 on my investigation.
Jesus Christ, Dustin.
I am going to be fumbling the rest of the campaign. I'm sure of it.
I have 11.
investigation for me.
You know what you're doing, dude.
So you go ahead and you read over everything, and it's very standard. It's a very standard legal waiver. You make sure you look over it. You're like, okay, is there like anything in here that's like they're gonna take my earnings? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's standards like if you're caught cheating in some way, shape, or form, like you're getting outside help, or you fixed any of the fights in some way by affecting any of the creatures, then you are penalty to jail time, and a fine. It basically just goes over you will be assigned to a beast, which you will be informed of ahead of time so your group can prepare. It basically just goes over anything that can be just basically over standard fare that you would assume for a tournament like this.
Okay.
Don't drink, don't eat or drink anything 24 hours in advance so you don't throw up in the middle.
So we're not allowed to fix the fights by modifying the creatures.
No, any sort of.
Okay.
It's just any tampering of any
It's
kind.
It's like generic,
can
like,
be
hey,
subject to.
It's only if you're caught. Only if you're caught.
Only if you're
It's
caught.
not illegal.
From my investigation roll, is there any form of loophole that I'm able to find in that?
I'd say no. And you
Pretty
get the sense-
airtightly written.
And the reason, and because you got a 20, you get the sense that this has been amended several times for that specific reason, because people have looked and found loopholes in the past. It's very strictly written, much stricter than you would imagine any other form needed to be.
All right.
Gladiatorial combat is not for everyone. Please consult your doctor before participating in gladiatorial combat.
Gladiatorial combat may cause loss of hearing, loss of sight.
Loss of blood.
Loss of blood, or even death.
Upon victory, you yield the right to your likeness and image for use of promotional materials.
That'd be awful.
No, there's nothing stating that if you are the victors. There's nothing saying that if you are the victors, you forfeit rights of anything. And there's not even anything that says you'll be used for promotional material.
You'll be put on a Wheaties
Void,
box.
Void action figure, now with mobile limbs.
Now with action grip.
Squeeps, new Squeeps action figure. He says one of his with over 13 possible lines.
They're all squeeps.
Squeeps?
Friend.
Problematic. Nobody saw me problematic.
Yeah, we haven't had a problematic yet.
One of these. That's
I almost think,
Oh, Chris Chan this time.
All
I was gonna say, complete sidetrack. Does anyone know what the yak back is? Because that is definitely what Squeeps is.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm the only one that knows what a yak back is. Never mind, continue.
So the
I
second
am
thing-
old.
So I assume you sign
Mm-hmm.
after thoroughly looking over the contract. After thoroughly looking over this form.
I do not use my last names, and I put my short version, Lem, at the start in quotes before the full first name.
Sounds good. Okay. And then so
I don't
I will
necessarily
say
put
it's
down
a-
my name. It is just the Whisperer.
Okay. Sounds good. So
I
as you guys
make
are
my mark just an X.
Well, you know that this is you have to have a name for the.
All right.
This is literally like you're getting a name. It's a name for a team roster. Yeah.
Okay. We need a team
Oh, I
name
thought it
as
was
well.
legal signature.
Oh,
Okay.
it is a signature. You're signing at the bottom, but you guys do still need to put your names there, so they have names for the people who are competing.
Okay.
Okay.
So, who are we banning in ban phase, guys?
Basically, it is just your sign. You're just either signing or you're writing your name on one of those 8 lines. But it is a name, so that way they can be like, okay, this is the person. They can verify when you're coming in, like, what's your name, what's your name, what's your name.
If someone would like to assist me with that.
Yeah, I can offer to help.
Yeah.
So, Squeeps, is that with a
I will
S and a
say-
K, an S and a Q?
I will say, if you guys want to do it this way, you could go up and ask for a second form, so you can put your signatures on the second form. Extend onto the second form with full names.
Is there a back? Can we do it on the backside, or is like the
There's
terms and
the-
conditions on the backside?
It's basically like you flip it over and there's the waiver.
There's
Oh,
the
I-
terms and conditions.
May apply.
We have updated our privacy policy.
Within our privacy policy. And I will say, in this time, as it has taken some time, you guys are sort of getting towards the afternoon as you're talking about all this. There are other people who have come into the bar, and they do look to be competitors as they immediately walk up. Just some people that might have caught your guys' eye as you're walking in. You see that there is a individual in a very long purple coat with embroidery, or not embroidery, what am I thinking of? Someone help me out here real quick, because I can't remember the proper term. When you have like on,
Cufflinks?
when you have like
Frills?
frills, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Filigree.
Frills, like frills going down the middle and around the cuffs. He has a set of very dark, stained in some areas pants, probably from travel, and very well kept boots. And across his back, you can see that there is a large firearm with these little capsules of electricity that are sort of affixed across the top of it. Man appears to be Dragonborn. No hair, and is of deep bronze-colored scale. Another person that catches you that is very odd-looking, another odd-looking individual to add into the mix, comes in a bit later. Is this man, woman? You can't really tell. Adorned in what looks to be entertainment garb. Very flowy, very ostentatious looking. They too are wearing a mask. This mask is affixed to the front of their face. It is just a half mask with a small streak that goes down the side, or with a small angle or small. I want to say it's almost a half crescent that goes down the side of the cheek. Their hair is this very nice braid that goes to about the middle of the back. And they have at their side what appears to be a fully assembled flute. And to their other side, you can see is three holstered scimitars.
Carved swords.
Curved
They have
swords.
three?
Three of them.
There's warriors from.
Are they like three like stacked on top, or like three in like a? I just want to know for my mind.
It's like it's basically like loose hanging on the side.
Okay, for
they're
sure, for
individual sheaths, but they're like loose hanging, almost touching the floor, with how loose they are affixed to the belt. Another one that you see, and this is just me going over like the different adventuring types that are coming in. You see a much more rugged-looking woman come in with a bow across her back. You can see accompanying her towards the side there is a what appears to be a shock white furred wolf with various battle scars across it. That kind of just stays to her side, seems incredibly well trained. And the last individual amongst the upwards of 30 or 40 that have come in this time to sign up, the last individual that catches your eye is this very boisterous individual, darker skin, female. She is wearing what appears to be longer robes that come to about the middle of her hand. She has very, very nice short-cut blonde hair with this very positive energy about her, just very giggly, very bubbly. Seems to have come in on her own. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but she walks up to sign up as well.
Has anyone filled in the team name slot on our sheet yet?
That was the other question I was going to ask. Do you guys want a team name?
Okay, so we have the placeholder.
While they figured that out, Eric, you can't just go ahead and throw out White Wolf out there without Nay immediately going, come here, hey, come here.
You see as you're beckoning to the creature, it does not seem to take notice of you.
The entire time, regardless of whether or not it takes notice or not, that's just what's going to be happening until that wolf just either leaves or stays.
I'm gonna join her. I'm just gonna be like,
I would say both of you make charisma checks.
oh, I'm good at that.
Okay, that's an 8.
Oh,
Okay, straight charisma, 8 plus 3 for 11.
that's 11.
Okay. I'll say, as you guys are both beckoning, the huntress will look down, will look over at you, kind of cock an eye, look down, and she'll kind of go, and she'll walk the wolf over. She goes, "How can I help you?"
I'm just gonna immediately rubbing onto a wolf, just loving on it.
You see the wolf kind of is apprehensive at first as you're and he like looks up and she just goes,
That's a good boy.
That's a good boy.
He won't start wagging the tail or anything, but he'll kind of lean into it, just enjoying the pets.
I just want to live on this little football. Look at you. Oh, you look so handsome.
Oh, you look so handsome.
Varex is his name.
Ferrex. Oh, hi, Ferrex. You are a very pretty boy. That's exactly what you are. You're a good one. Do I have pie? Do I have pie still left here? Did you eat it all, George? Oh, wait, no, it's not George. That's right. It's supposed to be Squeeze. I like steak.
Squeeze?
Right. I presume you're going to be participating in the tournament?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I wish you the best, and, come on, Varex. You see Varix at this point is like just kind of like resigned himself to enjoying the pets. He doesn't look unhappy, but he also doesn't look like he's particularly enjoying it.
I'm probably gonna lose interest pretty quick and just kind of go down the line of adventurers coming in. Well, the interesting ones that you particularly mentioned.
She'll reach down and you see she'll like pretty aggressively like slap the side of the side of his body. And you see, like, his tail starts wagging at that. And they'll walk off together.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, continue.
No problem. It's all good. So, would you guys like to try to make a team name?
This does not have to be your adventuring company name. This is just a name for this tournament.
Okay,
I know, we gotta think of one eventually.
Okay.
I think we call ourselves the favored few.
Okay.
We don't know each other very well. Might as well just go with like a simple noun sort of thing. Wayfarers.
Like the
Wanderers.
Pythons?
Don't worry, I got
The
this.
Pythons!
The Pythons! No objections to that?
Like a jazz fusion quartet.
I'm still thinking of a name, but that's a good placeholder for right now. So, wonderful Pythons.
There is no weirder feeling than pretending to be someone looking around a room that isn't there to find things on tables that aren't there to come up with a name.
The thing is the inn is very. I think I described it ahead of time for session 0. The inn is very much what you would. I think I described this to everybody actually, in the session 0s. The inn is a very simple build. It's literally what you would expect to see from a sort of more medieval tavern. There's tables set up all over the place. Instead of candles, there are lanterns that are hung, that are buzzing with this soft electric energy. And really, like, the tables are not very worn, very plain, made of this very dark oak. Bar much the same. It is a very homely place. It is nothing too extravagant. It is nothing from anything that would be different from your thoroughfare sort of tavern, something you'd see at like the Renaissance Fair.
All right.
Pie Tin seems to have actually struck more of a chord than Wayfarer, which was my suggestion. So, might as well go with Pie Tins.
We're amalgam mess. All got fucking fused together, and it's awful.
I would like to, kind of
Oh
greet
yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of not stay for too long, but just get everyone's like vibes.
Of everyone in the area, or everyone in your group?
And everyone, like the interesting people you have mentioned.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. I think it's time to retire this die. It's a 7.
They seem like very interesting individuals, Squeeps.
Do I get any names?
Oh, are you actually going up and asking names?
Yeah.
Okay. The Huntress will introduce herself as Ashala. And to give you a better description of her, she is black-haired, hair pulled back into a tight ponytail, several times tied, so it kind of hangs low, almost into the collar of her shirt, just so it doesn't get in her way while she's trying to do whatever she's doing. She's wearing a set of studded leather armor, with very form-fitting attire, with streaks of mud or just the errant leaf here and there, possibly used as camouflage. And you've already met her wolf Varix.
Boy.
You go over to the Dragonborn, and he introduces himself as Pterdax. Pterdax.
That with a P or a T?
T. Pterdax.
Ah.
Terdax. And I've pretty much given you the full description of him. As you kind of get a better look at his face, you can see that he appears to be... there's a little bit of wariness on his face. Mostly it looks like it's exhaustion. Probably been traveling for a while. How much time do you want to spend with him?
Maybe a good, 5 minutes each.
Okay. So, Ashala, she's not much for conversation, but she welcomes your company nonetheless. It's very much just kind of a quiet sort of, do you want to drink? Not much of conversation. Pterdax, however, talks a lot. A lot. He goes on and on about if you is there anything you particularly inquire to him about?
Well, I don't exactly have the vocabulary.
Well, if you
but I will
point to anything, things like that.
Just generally why he's fighting, if I could convey that.
He will inform you that he and his group, who are still on the way traveling, he will let you know that they have they are all sort of engineers, and they're using this tournament as a way to test out their new inventions. And as he says that, he starts to go into detail about the invention on his back, which he explains is his own version of, if any of you have heard of seen in video gaming an arc rifle, something that fires electricity. He describes that is how his weapon functions. He has chambers where he has stored electrical arcane energy, and he loads those into a compartment that he is then able to fire, and he's then able to fire the energy out to whatever target he aims at. And he will continue to go into the design and build of it if you do not stop him.
Aw, dude. Squeep's gotta learn all the scientific terms. Let's go.
Do you stop him or walk away at any point?
The vocab, Squeeps.
I'm going to kind of look past him, and I'm going to say, "Oh, William," and I'm going to walk off.
All right. Good day.
Good day.
And who are you walking to? Which other person are you walking to?
Let's just go down the line.
All right. So you go over to the, I'm assuming the entertainer next, the one who looks like an entertainer next.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll approach him and they'll look at you and say, "Well, hello, my little friend. Who are you?"
Squeeps?
Squeeps, pleasure to meet you. Come, sit with me. You're quite an interesting little thing, aren't you? And he'll kind of prop up in his chair and sit down, looking at you.
Hello.
And he'll actually mimic your voice, almost perfectly. This little skill that you pick up when you're in the same business that I am.
Oh, that's a good boy.
That's a good boy.
Squeeps?
Apologize. Darian, pleasure.
Nice.
Wait, you said Darian?
Darian.
Do I recognize this person as the same Darian I've met before?
Make an insight check.
Ah, there it is. Okay, so that's a 7.
The Darian you met before did not have this kind of accent, nor did he look as ridiculous.
Okay.
And this guy is nowhere near the build that the other guy, that Darian was. The other Darian was. Just a guy with the same name. Well, what brings you to my table? What are you here for? Oh, can you not talk? Oh, I see. Oh, you're one of those, you are a Kenku?
Kenku?
Perfect.
Kenku.
Well, if you just come from introductions, hello.
Hello.
Are you looking for partners for the tournament?
I'm gonna point back at the group.
I see. All right. Well, I'm waiting on a few more members of my group. We should hopefully be here soon. They said that in the next few days, but I'm getting a little worried. Because it's coming up in the next few days. I don't want us to be late.
I keep wanting to say problematic.
Because that could be very problematic.
Good word I was gonna.
Problematic. Problematic.
There you go, Luke.
I'm gonna kind of gesture to the outfit. Handsome.
Well, thank you. You're quite handsome yourself. Yes, I know. It is very strange. You will see when they get here. We have whole performance that we do. It's going to be incredible.
Incredible. Yeah.
I'm going to order a drink. Would you like one?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll flag the bartender and get you both a drink.
Is that like, how many drinks is that so far?
How many have you drinking so far?
I mean, the huntress gave you one, so that's 2. It's 2 drinks.
It is a glass of wine that you were given.
Okay.
But he seems to just sit there relishing, or just being in your company and enjoying your presence. And whenever you have to leave, he'll wish you well.
Alright. On to the next, unless someone wants to do stuff in the middle. I don't want to take up too much time.
Oh yeah,
here.
does anyone want to do anything while Squeeps is off talking to people? Oh yeah, you guys still need to figure out a team name. Were you really going with the Pythons? Was that what you're doing?
Yeah!
I'm fine with
That, is that, or if you want to advertise, Belmundo Incorporated, trademarked, name pending.
The Pythons we are then.
We're the Trezek Boys with our hit single "Pie Bye Bye."
That sounds crazy.
So I'll come up with a name eventually. Not now.
Eat the pie.
Eat the pie. Let me see something real quick.
The Python.
1 second. I gotta send. 1 second. I gotta send a message to a player really quick.
Ooh.
Epic.
I hope Steve.
The secret come out. Is Bruno Mars is gay?
Does Nay the Whisperer is Gay.
Maybe.
It wasn't me.
Okay, cool. We are sorted. All right, so you will approach this final interesting looking individual, Squeeps, and as you sit down, she will look at you and go, "Oh my God, you're adorable.
Thank you.
What's your name?"
Squeeps?
"Squeeps. I'm Kira. Pleasure to meet you."
Hello.
And she just kind of looks at you for a moment. She kind of puts her fists under her chin and just smile. It just like takes you in for a moment. "What's up?"
Hello. That's a good boy.
"I'm a girl, but okay.
That's a good girl.
I can run with it." Are you looking for teammates?
I point back to the teammate.
That's basically everyone you go up to in the tournament. They are asking the same question. "Oh, all right. Cool. Sweet. I like it. What about yourself? What do you bring to the table?"
I hold up my big staff. I point at my pointy hat.
"Oh, you throw fists at all?" Here,
Right.
she'll show you her arm. Go ahead, hard as you can.
Just punch her?
Yeah, she's just seeing.
Alright, I'll punch her.
Make an attack roll with your strength.
Oh God.
Oh no. Luke with your scrawny bird muscles, go.
17!
And your hollow, brittle
17.
bones.
I was going to make comment about that too.
You reach back, and as you punch, boom! You go right into her shoulder. It's like, nice. That's a good one. I get you back now, right?
Okay, how much HP you have, Squeeps?
Time for a new commission.
22.
22!
Anyone got spare the dying?
22!
I rolled high, to be fair. I rolled really high, to be fair. Take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. She goes,
Hey, that would have been half your HP at level 1. That's half your HP at level 1.
Are you? Oh my God, are you okay? Are you alright?
I was gonna say, was there an actual scream that came out of that?
Yes, absolutely.
There is definitely gonna be a moment where Nate just looks over.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hang on. She'll reach into her pouch and oh God, where is it? And she'll grab onto something, pull it out of her pack. And she's holding something that has a chain on the end of it. And she'll be like, how do I,
No, it's a.
Yeah. And she'll reach over and she'll grab onto you, and I'll throw my die off the table. And she'll, I do have another D8. There you go. And she'll heal you for that 6 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get a little carried away sometimes. I didn't mean to. I didn't think it would hurt that bad. She'll put the thing back in her pouch.
What is it?
Make a perception check.
Oh fuck. I cocked it.
Can I join in a perception check too?
13?
Even though I'm further away.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 8 plus 5 for 13.
We keep getting the same rolls.
There you go. As she's kind of hastily putting this away, as she's opening her hand, you see what appears to be a silvered symbol in her hand. That is a candle. That is a eyeball, an open eyeball, purple with a purple iris, and a triangle in the middle of it. And sitting atop it is a melting lit candle.
Do I know which?
Make a religion check.
Don't worry, guys. I have a +0 in that.
I
Better
would
than
say
negative.
probably from my
I got
distance
a
with that 13, I'm
17.
just
From a distance, you unfortunately can't see. What is it?
yeah,
What'd you
it's silver in color. That's what I probably know what it is.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll, Luke?
17.
17. Given your background, I'm actually gonna say you don't know with the
Oh, dang
17.
Fair enough. Oh. I kind of point at the symbol. I'm gonna cock my head.
Yeah. Did you want to see it?
Yeah, I'll kind of hold out my staff as a mutual exchange.
Sure. She'll hand you the symbol and she'll take it. She'll take the staff. She'll kind of beat it against her hand. Kind of brittle, don't you think?
Hello.
Right. And you see she'll kind of like stand up and start kind of like twirling it a bit around her body and like striking out with it.
If Scoops is holding up the holy symbol or whatever it is, can I try to make a religion check or perception to see
Go
or
ahead.
something?
I'd say
Yeah,
religion.
also.
You may as well, Floyd. I'd say anyone
I
who
can
would
join
like
it?
to. Anyone who would like to go ahead and make a religion check.
I would also make a religion check.
Let's see.
What is
7 plus
mine?
2 for 9.
9, no
So
idea.
it's silver.
Yeah. Let's see what that +1 brings.
14.
14, okay.
11.
17.
17. So, nay, no.
Yeah.
Lemon, no. Void, given your background, no.
Trained in religion.
I know you are, but a 14's not enough.
Okay.
Aw.
You know what? I'll give it to you. It's fine. I'll be nice this one time.
She is a worshiper of Eric, creator of the world.
And Belmondo.
That's the only reason.
So you two recognize this as the holy symbol of Denir.
And is this the same Darien that... I'm just kidding around.
Is this the same?
Is this the same Darien that he met earlier?
I worship Darien. Thank you very much.
Denir. Not Darien, Denir.
I know, I was just kidding around.
I worship dinner.
Dinner.
Well, here you go. She'll hand you back your staff.
I'll give her back the symbol.
Thanks. Puts that away. Clips it. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some food. She'll get up from the table and walk over to the bar.
Had a fun time punching a bird with glass bone and paper skin.
I mean, Screeps hit her hard enough to do a point of damage.
Yeah,
One
and then
point.
she multiplied it by 6. An eye for 6 eyes. Let's see.
All right. So back at the table. Have we decided on a name?
Itins.
Are we the fight? Are you guys the Pythons?
Yes,
Right.
we are the Pythons.
Yeah.
This is a placeholder name for right now, the Python.
This is
but it's
encouragement
spelled
for us to get a better
trident.
name later, right?
But it's
this
spelled
is
like
good.
trident.
It's Pident, but it's spelled...
Pythons. All right. So you guys sign your name as the Pythons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's returning it to Garmish?
I mean,
I would like
I'm
to
down.
because I want to see the name. Well, I think Lim is curious enough to like see what people put down for the names.
Is everyone okay with Lem taking it up?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Lem, you have free reign to look at the names. Would you like to
Oh.
tell? Would you like to tell Lem your full name, Chris?
Oh. Civilier
Don't have to.
Culverdorf, Moorbringer the Eighth, Keeper to the Offay, and Bringer of Emotions and Intrigue. Aren't you glad you get to just say void?
Yes.
Now you're gonna need to say this name slowly because it looks like he's trying to put this down
Not
as an
gonna
actual
type it
note.
out. I will type it out in group chat.
Oh my god.
I have most of it written down. Keeper of the Offsay and something of intrigue. I missed that one word. I'll get it later. I have the full name written down. Other than that, we're good.
Damn, we're good.
Civilanek, Kulvirdar, Moorbringer the Eighth, Keeper of the Offsay, and something of intrigue.
The T is silent.
Which one?
One.
Civilanek.
All of them.
Like 40
I
T's in
pronounced
there.
buzz.
And I realized belatedly while I was saying the name that I may have been muted. Anyway, the point is I think I have most of that.
Anyway.
All right. So
Yeah, it's
as
cool.
you go up to Garmesh and give him the paper, he'll be like, oh, fantastic. Let me just. All right. So we've got and
Am I paying attention to this from across the bar?
everyone who wants to be paying attention to this can.
I'm not. Yeah, no, it's not.
Paying attention.
Right. All right. He puts a signature next to the name. I'll have this sent off to the arena.
Very much. You can
Good
tell some
luck.
of us in different places. It'll be fun.
Good luck. Folds
Thank
it
you.
up and puts it.
Much appreciated.
All right. Can I get you anything while you're up here?
I'll take 2 additional meat pies I can pay for, I suppose. But
Sure. They're 3 silver each.
I hand over. I think I have 6 silver. Yes, yeah. So I will just hand over 6 silver
I'll
then.
have those out to your table right away.
Thank
Good
you so
luck.
much.
Pie tins. I gotta.
I'll come back. They wished us luck. They seem to really like us.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone likes pies.
everyone likes pies.
All right. So, I'm gonna check the time really quick.
I got
Chris?
like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, as the day sort of meanders on and each of you more or less get to know at least a little bit about each other, which can be divulged in group chat, however you guys want to do it. And just because we're coming to the end of Chris's time, I just want to do a wrap up here. Eventually, you will be brought 2 full-sized meat pies, as opposed to
Full
the small.
size.
As opposed to the small handheld ones you guys had before, for the table to share. And you will see a mug of ale is provided with the meat pies for whoever wants one.
Yes,
And-
I'm diving in.
Absolutely.
And for now, I guess we will leave off our adventure at this moment as this new, very odd, very ragtag group of people get ready for whatever challenge may come. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
He's in the down there.
Everything is in the description for the Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, our Twitch will be in the description. And good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.